Hi and welcome back to Form Pro preview of the New Zealand Derby, taking place hopefully tomorrow.
Hopefully.
If the rain and wind stays away.
If the bomb don't hit.
Yeah, but we haven't done a YouTube preview for a while, so we thought we were due to do the Derby. So we'll look at the Derby and a couple of races from Australia after that. But before we go into there, we'll look at King Mufasa's win last week at Caulfield, where he got the softest lead you could ask for in Group 1. It was ridiculous really, but that's racing. Just before the turn here, King Mufasa's got a nice lead. Pink is on the trail, but King Mufasa just had race fitness, didn't he?
Yeah, it was too fit for him.
Pink goes better second up. Out here they started coming at him, but no, just that race fitness and good tough horse.
He just kicks again.
He had to win off that soft pace.
Perfect track.
Yeah.
Everything pointed.
Beating the Cox Plate one of those. Even looking back at that Cox Plate over Jimmy's shoe that got the Craig Williams. It was a great ride on Pinker, wasn't it? Getting through that gap and yeah.
Looks like his luck's starting to run out. Well, not his luck, but his run looks like it's coming to an end.
Yeah. Oh, we'll go in waves.
Punting
and racing.
But he went on a long rave, didn't he? Boy, he made some money in that wave.
Oh, he won that Kraken Wings, didn't he?
Yeah, and he won the Hong Kong race.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Oh, he won everything.
Can't complain.
Yeah.
Right, now, Auckland tomorrow. We're doing this at about lunchtime, or 11 o'clock Friday morning. And the forecast is for gale force winds and rain and what have you. And Sunday looks pretty good, so keep your ears and eyes open for maybe a postponement till Sunday, wouldn't be surprised. But if they do go ahead on Saturday, it's going to make for an interesting race. It's a dead 5, I think now, so it's going to be at least as slow with the rain overnight. Slow to heavy. I'm banking on a heavy 9, heavy 10. Heavy 10 will be.
And you just don't know with the weather, it might just skirt around.
Hopefully it does, yeah. And, but it just seems a shame. We've got really good fields, good horses. Now, damn weather comes along like that. But anyway, we can't control that, so let's see what we can do. Solid Achiever would have been the favourite, wouldn't she?
Well, it still is. But
dead to a good track. She had to be the obvious one to beat. But on a heavy track, she goes out to a $4 or $5 shot at least on a heavy track. Just takes that brilliance off her, and it's going to be a real slog. Look at Jimmy's shoe last year, it was just the toughest horse. Toughest horse one. So I'm going to go for number 2, Shooker. It's an ideal preparation. He hasn't been further back than 5th in all his races.
Just tough. It's a tough horse.
Yeah.
And it can. And it's had interrupted runs and still come well. So
yeah, it was a good run. Found the line nicely behind Solid Achiever. Just how you like to see a horse finish on for a Derby distance of 2,400 metres.
The run at Tirapa was held up again and still came well after he had that short sprint day. You think now, I totally agree with you. Tough South Island, Peter and Dawn winners. My God, how well are they trained?
He's going really well. Both of them, Peter and Dawn, phenomenal. And drawn wide, which actually could be an advantage. There's about 5 or 6 that'll go forward, and I can see Hayden Tinsley just taking his time, long run to the first bend, taking his time and just sliding in about 5th or 6th. I think Angiology will probably go to the front. Guess what as well. There'll be about 4 or 5.
Do you think old Leo will take 9-pin, tell him to 9-pin to ride forward, drawn one?
Oh, I just get a nice one behind him, from back in the fence, and just depends if the fence is off or on or whatever. It
becomes a raffle, doesn't it? That's the problem, doesn't it?
But Sugar's a good, strong horse, and I'm putting Sugar on top. What are you going for on top?
Well, I mean, I was so keen on Zarella. I thought big, strong mare. I just thought, that final 400 metres, Silent Achiever looks good, but Zarella, I just thought, but with the wet track, it just becomes a raffle. And I totally agree with Neil that, Sugar looks the obvious one there, and $8 is really good money. And so I think it could end up coming into about, coming a fair way if it's raining.
That'd be $5.
Yeah.
I said get on Tuesday night on the fixed odds on the futures, so we wouldn't get deductions.
Yeah.
And he's paying I think $8 or $7.50 now, and with deductions he's going to be paying 4 or 5. And it really is hard to see anything. Chicharita is the other one I like on a wet track. She won here on a slow track. She's won at counties on a slow track. And she was bolting here on New Year's Day, and only beat a small field, and will be Planet Rock, good filly, obviously. But she's going to handle a slow to heavy track, or a good chance of handling it better than most of these anyway. So Chicharita for second, and I'll put in Solid Achiever for third in case that, don't know what, you've got to have one somewhere, I suppose.
Well, we're basing everything now on basically a heavy track, aren't we?
Yeah, but you just couldn't back it
Yeah.
on a heavy track, you know.
Yeah.
You're mad to back
She
it.
still might be too good for them. You know,
She has a class also.
Yeah.
I reckon she's one of the best fillies we've seen for a long time, over a mile to a middle distance. And on a good track, I think she would have pissed her quite easily. Number 8, Carrick. Carrick, nice run last up.
Was.
Bit of a one pacer, but he really gutsed it out well.
He seems to have that. He seems to have an impression that the further they go, the better he'll get. You know,
yeah,
too.
that's right. Yeah.
You know.
So I think Shinko King with a slightly heavy track that'd be ideal for him. So Carrick's got to be on there. But where are you going for places?
Well, I'm gonna chuck in Sugar on pure. If it stays good, I'm gonna back Zarella. But if it gets to heavy 9, I'll swap to them.
I'm thinking they might scratch it.
Yeah, I'd say so. They will. I see he's accepted down at. He might even just go there.
That's right. Just go for the Oaks and hopefully
Yeah.
a decent track there.
Yeah.
Only get one chance of being a 3-year-old, don't you?
I think Barney dead set. So the further they go, the better he'll get.
Yeah, by yield, yeah.
And the heavy track will bring him right into the race.
I don't know about heavy track.
Yeah, but he's being duelled. You know, just I think he'll handle it more than the other ones. You know,
Yeah,
because he's not brilliant. He's just a grinder. You know, he'll grind all the way. You know,
He'll slog with that. So.
yeah. Yeah, and I agree with you. I agree on Chikorita. I think Chikorita's a great bet. You know, I reckon he'll come into well.
Yeah.
She'll come into well. Sorry, and on a slow to dead track, you've got to chuck in Silent Cheetah.
Yeah, yeah. And geology's got to be.
Well, he's
dummy miles. And it'll be on the pace, and there might be a fitter horse in the race.
Is anybody going to be surprised if he doesn't win it?
He did it with Sailor Gear a few years ago, bless his heart.
Ka-ching, ka-ching.
But no, it's going to be an intriguing day, and in some ways I hope they do postpone till Sunday, so we get a slow to dead track or a decent track.
Well, if they do that, I mean, you know, it's such a hard one, but
yeah.
They'll do what's what. They know what they're doing up there.
Yeah. And those who subscribe to the website, they'll be able to access the Form Pro ratings. Make sure you go to the race filter on the Form Pro ratings. Just filter out all the heavy track form if it does get too heavy. And picking winners will be easy if you can sort out the heavy track performance. So that's going to be a big plus for punters when you get a heavy track on in fine months.
It's invaluable because I use it and I just go on a dead track. I put the filter to dead. And it just brings up dead runs because that's all you're interested. You're not interested in the heavy or the slow or the good tracks.
Yeah,
you know,
it depends on how the weather's and everything. Yeah, but that's a really handy tool to have, isn't it?
Right. Yeah. Let's get to this Australian Guineas.
Flemington. Now what's the track going to be like?
Well, it's in the lap of the gods again. It was downgraded at Sandown on Wednesday to a slow, so we could, you know. Melbourne, the weather can change in 10 minutes. Yeah. So just hold off. But I mean, you know, it doesn't change my thinking on who's going to win the race. Yeah. But yeah, we could have it's probably going to be a dead to slow. Yeah. You know, it's certainly not going to be
just a wait and see.
Wait and see. Yeah.
Okay. Now we've got our quaddy syndicate going.
Yep.
And we'll have this up on the website this afternoon. So you can still get into the quaddy syndicate. How it works is you put in a minimum of $10. Put as much as you like in. Some people have put a couple of thousand in. And over the whole month of March, we'll invest mainly on the Melbourne quaddies because we've got a $2 million
guaranteed.
$2 million. So they're going to be probably $3.5 million probably. And we'll be going for a high percentage if we can. Just depends on track conditions, everything else, how we feel. And we'll be investing money on those. There's 5 Saturdays in March we'll be betting on. And only betting a proportion of the bank. And maybe some on the Monday and Tuesday New Zealand quaddies with a $20,000 guaranteed at least, so or bonus quaddie it is, so it's going to be up to $50,000-$60,000 at least. So it'll be an interesting run. Put in $10 and have a great run for the month. So let's see how we go. Right, race 6, the Australian Guineas. What do you like?
Well, Helmet to me is the obvious one. I mean, they rode it badly last up. They made a mistake. To me, they learnt a lot. As soon as McAvoy got off the horse after the last start, he said, "I'll never let them come around me again." You know, because he said Helmet was going beautifully. That thing came around, put put it into the trail, and he said he just switched off. He said he resented it completely. So he's such a highly strung animal. Let him have his own way. Go to the front, chase you can. Now we've got a possibility of nearly 16 horse field. So there's going to be, they're going to be coming from everywhere. So,
but the thing is, he's drawn 5. Sometimes he can just miss it half a length.
Yeah,
so if he does that, he's going to be stuffed. So.
Yeah, he's got the early pace. He's still got the pace to get there.
Well, it's a big field, so you don't know. It's one thing. I
can guarantee you that Helmet will be on the pace. You'd have to be incredibly slow not to be on the pace.
If he's half a length short,
no,
you can get it. But I couldn't have him on his last run. Last season he had 9, 10 runs, hard races, fast times, and he was terrific. I found out in the Cox Plate with the distance. But last run, he just didn't fire to me. He had the trail. They didn't go hard up front. He came home in 34.5 seconds up the front, the field. And he could be a different horse, but you couldn't just back him with any confidence. So there's obviously no anchor.
He was only beaten 2 lengths. I mean, it's not like he dropped away.
But he was well and truly beaten.
Oh, of course he was beaten. Yeah,
there was improvement, I know. But there's some good horses in this. The time was good overall.
This race last year, I'm pretty sure this is anything can win this race. This is such an open race.
Yeah.
But
that's the one. I think that's the one was strong on the line last time.
He was very
good
strong.
Time.
Big, powerful horse too. Powerful boy.
Yeah.
So
that's the one I think is the one. But
he's going to have to work. He's going to have to work to get across because he does race up on the pace.
Yeah. But I'm thinking if Helmet wants to lead and he gets the lead, he's not going to. If anything takes him on, he's going to. It's going to set up a good pace, so it'll set up nicely for an off-pace run, I think. So that's the one for me. What are you going for?
Well, I like Helmet, but the one I think will win will be Instinction, number 6. Trail will sit no worse than 3 back in her. Hopefully Helmet just goes straight to the front, and Instinction will sit behind him, and they'll fight out their war, and they'll be storming down the outside.
It'll be interesting to see how that track plays early on in the day, because if he's drawn 1,
well, yeah,
and that inside can go off, and if they start running further out in the track,
exactly,
it's going to be tricky for him. So that's the one. I really like. That's the one.
Yeah.
Sangster's interesting. He did that run last start at Tirapa. He didn't go.
What?
He wasn't as good as I thought he would. He was gone 300 metres out.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was in this last start up against Veyron. Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit, I don't know, there's such good trainers, this young kid, Basseet, he knows how to get him up, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. Wouldn't go with them as he thought he was right, so.
It's at 750, there's a lot of prestige, and...
I think he's a better horse over the middle distance.
I think so too.
I can't see him beating these over a mile.
I can't see him matching the pace of Helmet, but as long as he's running on nicely, they'll be really happy, I'd say.
Okay, I'm going for that's the one. I'll throw an Extension for 2nd, and highly recommend number 9 for 3rd, and the Circles for 4th. I like. The Machine's got to be in there too, I suppose. But draw wide,
terrible draw.
Yeah,
it all depends what they do in Machine, whether they make that decision to go back or forward. If she goes back, she can just sit at the back all along, come out wide, and she's got a devastating sprint.
Yeah, well, if the fence is off,
yeah,
they'll definitely stay back and come on the outside.
And they're going to be charging like that. It's probably going to be quite an on-pace run, on-pace race.
Okay, so what are you going for?
So I'll go for Instinction to win. I'm going for Helmet for 2nd. I'm going for highly recommend for 3rd, and my Ruffy, which I think would be a good value for place bet, is Hugel. Very, very, very good horse, and we'll really appreciate the step up in distance.
Peter Moody's, yeah,
Peter Moody, drawn lovely in 7. Luke Nolan on.
Yeah, look at
him. He's the 16. He's going to like longer, but the Peter will. He's had 2 lovely runs in.
Yeah.
I
think this 3 year olds are a strong bunch this year.
They are.
Well, that the time they ran was faster than the open class race. What was that horse you had? Start with this. Speediness.
Oh, Speed. Yeah.
The sections were better than that race, so it tells you the 3 year olds are pretty good. Okay, so the big
they're a very good bunch, and you've just got to think that what's the name of that Mark Kavanagh had, the one that made it look second rate last year. Won the not Ocean Park.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Atlantic Jewel.
Oh yeah.
Atlantic Jewel. She made all these look silly last year, so
That's right, yeah.
yeah. So just wait what he's.
Yeah. Great when she comes out.
Okay.
Oh, the over to Sydney, the 2-year-old race.
Yeah.
You know more about it than me.
Well, I've chosen this race because this is a huge pointer to the Golden Slipper. You know, Summer really won brilliantly last week.
Oh, really? Come
it
on.
was a fantastic run.
The time was average. And
It was a brilliant win. It sat up on the pace, came 4 wide, kicked, and just gave nothing else.
Start laying it
It's
now.
a good win.
Start laying it
Yeah.
now. Nobody's that.
Now in this race, there's possibly 5 horses in this that could be starting. That could press for favourite for the on reputation. Piero of Gaze has got a huge reputation. Had one start, put it aside, brought it back for this, aiming towards the Golden Slipper. Faustus by John O'Shea's got it. Jimmy Cassidy hopped on. None with a big reputation, aiming towards the Golden Slipper. A Bridge Too Far, trained by Chris Lees. 4 trials for 4 wins.
Yeah.
All on heavy track, and the trainer comes out and says, yeah, it's not too bad. So, you know, it's not bad at all. Now, the one I really want to talk about, I'll go to the other one, My Dong, another one with a huge reputation, trained by Peter Snowden, aiming towards the Golden Slipper. Yep. Definitely one you look and learn. The one I think will win the race, and the one I think is my early tip for the Golden Slipper, is, well, I don't know how you say it, Hasusa or something like that, number 8,
Yeah.
trained by John Thompson, Patnack owned, big, powerful, grey, gelding, filly.
Why should we back it now? Yeah.
Why should we back now? Because she's just got so much. She's got so much potential, and
Filly's
she's
a-
very green, and she's still got no idea what she's doing, and she's won and run second.
Yeah.
Last start, she just had no idea, and she just stormed home late. Just beautiful finish, and I just think she's got a big bum on her, like a certain other filly that we know, Black Caviar, big, powerful grey, and I think she's only going to get better and better.
Yeah.
And if they can place her. No injuries, obviously no injuries. She's the one I'd want to be on at the end of the Golden Slipper. So that's why this race I think is so important that there's.
So should we back her now or back her?
I would back his Sosa now on the Golden Slipper.
She can't.
I don't know, I haven't had a look, but that's the one I'd consider to back now. If you can get on there, get on, and you just never know. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it's a fascinating race. A lot of the form students over in on the Australian media are salivating towards this race because
But the track's alright. That was a heap of run, haven't
Well, I think Sydney hasn't stopped raining for what 18 years or something. So you it might just be heavy all the way through. You might if you get a good track, they won't know what to tip them.
Transfer it to Toowoomba. We'll with the track.
But yeah, but this is I've watched both its wins, and it really excites me.
Okay, looking forward to that race then.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, so that's it for the weekend. We've got the Derby. We'll see how that goes. It goes ahead tomorrow, and a couple of good races from Australia. Anything else you want to add before we?
Oh no, just keep going, and it's going to get especially on the Australian side of things now. It's just going to get better and better, and it is exciting with all these German and English stars now. I think you just forget back in an Australian horse over anything over 2,000 metres, and just get stuck into them.
Yeah. And we've got Monday and Tuesday racing starting up next week. I've got an open mind to see how it goes. If they get good information out there and good coverage, and reasonable fields, they're full of maidens. Well, people are going to soon lose interest, but crappy tracks. So we'll see how we go. So hopefully it does go well for the sake of New Zealand racing.
At least they're trying something.
That's right. It's got to be. It's right. You've got to try these things and see how we go. And if it doesn't work,
go back to the tried and true.
Well, try something else or try something else. But at least they're trying something. That's dead right. Yeah. So we'll just see how we go and get into that quaddy syndicate before tonight. Closes midnight tonight. Details are on the website on the home page. Log on there. And good luck and good punting.